My mother-in-law cut my hair in my sleep because she thought I cheated on my husband. So, I'm still processing this, but I need to get it off my chest. Last night, I woke up and realized someone had butchered my hair. One side is a jagged pixie cut, and the other side hangs awkwardly past my shoulder. At first, I thought I was losing my mind. Maybe I sleepwalked or something, but no. I confronted my husband, Tim, because he's been acting weird lately, but he denied it. Then he drops this bombshell. My mom, she might have done it. Apparently my MIL, let's call her Diane, is convinced I've been cheating on Tim. Why? Because last week she saw me having lunch with a coworker. For the record, the coworker, Kyle, is gay, and we were literally talking about work. But Diane decided I must be having an affair, and instead of, talking to me or Tim, she broke into our house in the middle of the night with scissors and went full Edward Scissorhands on my hair. This morning, I confronted her. At first, she played innocent, but when I pressed her, she literally said, "Well, maybe now you'll think twice before humiliating my son." I was fuming. I told her Kyle isn't even into women, but she just rolled her eyes and said something like, "That's what they all say." I didn't even know how to respond to that level of delusion. Tim is horrified and apologetic, but I'm struggling here. This woman violated my personal space, destroyed my hair, and acted like she was in the right. I want to go no contact with her, but Tim is stuck between me and his mom, and I feel like this is going to be a huge blow-up in our marriage. Update: my mother-in-law cut my hair in my sleep because she thought I cheated on my husband, and now I found out my husband helped her after the conversation we had with Diane this morning. I noticed my husband, Tim, was acting weird. At first, I thought it was just guilt about standing up to his mom, but it felt like more than that. He's been avoiding eye contact and getting defensive when I bring up what happened. Earlier, I couldn't take it anymore, so I sat him down and told him he needed to be 100% honest with me about everything. That's when he dropped the bombshell. Apparently, Diane didn't come up with the haircut idea on her own. Tim admitted that he knew about it ahead of time and even helped her. Felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. He said he truly thought I was cheating on him with Kyle, my gay coworker, because Diane had convinced him that there was too much evidence to ignore. When she suggested cutting my hair as some kind of weird punishment, he didn't stop her. In fact, he let her into our house that night while I was sleeping. Tim said he didn't want to confront me directly because he wasn't ready for the truth. So instead, he let his mother do this insane thing to me, thinking it would force me to come clean. Afterward, when I didn't admit to cheating, he started to realize he might have been wrong, but by then, he didn't know how to tell me what he'd done. He kept saying, "I'm so sorry, I was just confused, but I honestly don't know how to process this." This wasn't just Diane acting like a lunatic. This was both of them, and my own husband betrayed me in one of the most humiliating ways possible. I packed a bag, and I'm staying with a friend tonight, and while I figure out what to do, I don't know if I can ever trust him again after this. It's not just the haircut, it's the fact that he didn't talk to me, believed the worst about me without any proof, and actively participated in something so cruel and violating. As for Diane, she's officially dead to me. I've already told Tim that I don't want her in my life ever again, regardless of what happens between us. Right now, I'm torn. Part of me wants to file a police report on both of them for what they did, but I'm scared of how messy it will get. Another part of me just wants to cut ties and move on, but that feels like letting them off too easy. I don't know what my next step is, but I do know this. I deserve better than this. Thank you to everyone who has supported me through this. Your comments and advice have meant the world, and I'm truly grateful for the kindness and understanding. It's helping me find the strength to figure out what comes next. Update 2. I think I'm going to divorce him, and I may file a police report. After everything that's happened, I've been thinking a lot about my next steps, and I've come to a heartbreaking but necessary conclusion. I don't think there's any coming back from this. I trusted Tim with my heart, my safety, my life, and he betrayed me in ways I never thought possible. I can't imagine a future where I feel safe with him, where I can trust him, or where I don't carry the weight of this violation every day. I'm strongly considering filing for divorce. The thought of staying with him feels unbearable, but at the same time, I can't stop worrying about the messiness of it all. I just want to cut ties completely, to walk away and rebuild my life without him or his mother dragging me down any further. As for filing a police report, I'm leaning toward it, but I'm scared of what it might bring. I know what they did was a crime. My own husband let his mother into our home to assault me in my sleep, but the thought of dealing with legal battles, or even just having to relive this again and again in statements, is exhausting. Part of me wants to hold them accountable, but another part just wants to run far away and never look back. Right now, I'm taking it one step at a time. I've been talking to friends, trying to find some clarity in all this chaos. It's terrifying and painful, but I know one thing for sure. I deserve so much better than this. Thank you to everyone who has shown me kindness and support. It means the world to me right now. Comments a corn girl. I think she should tell her husband that he has to shave his head as a part of his apology. Like, that's part of what he has to do before she will even consider coming home. Make him send a selfie. Tell him that this will not fix the situation but is a step in the right direction to prove he's really sorry. And try to get an admission in text of what they did. Like, you did this to me and I don't feel safe. And hopefully the mill will apologize via text, or at least not deny the incident. Try to draw the conversation out over several days, and don't go home during this process. Get lots of photos to document the incident before you let anyone else touch your hair, and tell mill husband that they will be paying for the best, hopefully, expensive stylist you can find to fix your hair. Then, OP can go ahead and do a police report on both the mother-in-law for assault and domestic violence, and the husband for IDK, aiding and abetting domestic violence and assault, and retain a lawyer right after making the police report. Usually, an initial consultation is free. OP should have legal representation as she moves forward with a divorce. I also recommend not going home at all because it won't be safe. Even before the bastard shaves his head, there is no way to move past this. I'd never let that man so much as touch my hand ever again if I was OP. Someone who would do this to you is sick and dangerous. What might he do next time he thinks you're cheating or doing anything he doesn't like? Will he scar your face so no one else will want you? Will he do something worse? I'm so sorry they did this to you. Internet hugs. If you want them. Thank you so much for taking the time to write this. I can't even express how much it means to me to feel seen and supported right now. You're absolutely right. I've been trying to wrap my head around what to do next, and your suggestions really help me see things more clearly. I've already started taking pictures of my hair, and I'm keeping every text as evidence. I hadn't thought about asking for an admission in writing, but that's such a good idea. I'll definitely try to do that. The idea of him shaving his head as part of an apology honestly feels like the bare minimum after what he allowed to happen, though I don't think there's any way to truly fix what he's done. I'm terrified of what he or his mom might do next if I go back, so I'm staying with my friend for now while I figure out my options. The thought of filing a police report and getting a lawyer is overwhelming, but I know it might be necessary to protect myself. The betrayal I feel from both of them is unbearable, and I don't think I could ever trust him again. Your words about what could happen next time really hit me hard because I've been trying not to think about that, but deep down, I know you're right. This isn't something I can move past. It's just too big, too cruel, and too dangerous to ignore. Thank you so much for your kindness and for helping me feel like I'm not alone in this. Internet hugs right back to you. Harry, godmother. Your husband is a waste of oxygen and so is his mother. I'll throw hands. Absolutely press charges. Our hair is our glory. Also, if you're in the Alabama area, I will gladly shape up and style your hair. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Thank you so much for this. It honestly means the world to me right now. If I lived anywhere near Alabama, I'd absolutely take you up on your offer to help fix my hair. It's such a mess right now, and I feel so embarrassed every time I look in the mirror. Sadly, I'm pretty far away, but your kindness and support make me feel a little less alone in all of this. Thank you for being so sweet. I'm going through an incredibly traumatic situation, and I don't know what my legal options are. My mother-in-law entered my home in the middle of the night with my husband's knowledge and cut my hair while I was sleeping. She did this because she believed I was cheating. I wasn't. I confronted my husband, and while he didn't outright admit to planning this, he essentially confessed to knowing what his mom intended to do and letting her into our house that night. I'm planning to leave him and am seriously considering filing both a police report for assault on my MIL and a report against my husband for enabling her. 1. Would this conversation be enough to support filing a police report for what happened? 2. Could it help me in a divorce if I decide to pursue one? 3. Is it worth consulting a lawyer even if I'm not 100% sure about filing a report yet? I've documented everything. Photos of my hair, text messages with my husband, and written down the timeline of events. I just don't know if this conversation would actually hold up as evidence since he doesn't outright admit to anything but heavily implies it. Any advice is appreciated. I'm feeling lost, scared, and overwhelmed right now.